You wake up in a room you don't recognize. The walls are bare, the air thick with silence. The last thing you remember is the warmth of belonging, the certainty that you had finally found the truth, the one answer to life's chaos. But now, as your fingers trace the unfamiliar edges of this place, a colder realization creeps in. You were wrong. The people you trusted, the ones who promised salvation, were not saviors. They were architects of a prison you didn't even know existed. And the most terrifying part, you helped build it. How does someone fall so completely into a world that isn't real? How does the mind surrender to a lie so absolute that questioning it feels like betrayal? And what does it take, what snap in the soul, to finally see the chains? Cults don't always announce themselves with robes and chants. Sometimes they wear the face of love, of purpose, of family. They don't just recruit, they rewrite. And the most insidious lie they sell isn't about gods or leaders. It's the lie that you need them to survive. But here's the paradox. The very thing that traps you is also the key to your freedom. Because if a belief can be implanted, it can be uprooted. If an identity can be given, it can be taken back. You reach for the door handle. Your fingers tremble, not from fear, but from something worse, the quiet, creeping doubt that you might not actually want to leave. This is the first trap, the deepest one. Cults do not begin with chains. They begin with answers. In a world of uncertainty, they offer the most dangerous narcotic of all, absolute certainty. And like any addiction, the withdrawal is agony. Why the mind clings to its cage. Carl Jung warned of the shadow, the parts of ourselves we refuse to acknowledge. Cults weaponize this. They don't just sell dogma, they sell identity. The moment you trade your I for their we, the prison is built. Not from the outside in, but from the inside out. Friedrich Nietzsche saw it first. Madness is rare in individuals, but in groups, it is the rule. The cult does not need brute force. It needs something far more corrosive, your own complicity. These are the 3 psychological hooks they use. Imagine starving for years. Then someone offers you a feast. Would you question why they're feeding you, or just eat? Cult recruiters don't preach, they love. They mirror your deepest unmet need, belonging, purpose, salvation, until you mirror them back. The thought-stopping paradox. Doubt is sin. Questions are weakness. Viktor Frankl, survivor of Auschwitz, wrote that the last human freedom is choosing one's attitude. Cults steal this first. They make the mind its own jailer. The manufactured apocalypse, Jean-Paul Sartre called it bad faith, pretending you have no choice. Cults thrive on manufactured crisis. The world is ending, only we can save you. The greater the outside threat, the tighter the grip inside. The ultimate lie, freedom feels like betrayal. Arthur Schopenhauer saw the trap. We forfeit 3/4 of ourselves to be like other people. But in a cult, the cost is higher. To doubt is to betray. To leave is to annihilate the self you've become. This is why escape is so rare. It's not just about fleeing a place. It's about unbecoming a person. But what happens when the mind starts to wake up? When the cracks in the mirror no longer show a stranger, but something worse. You notice the first crack on a Tuesday. Maybe it's the way your leader's eyes dart just a fraction too long at the donation basket. Maybe it's how your best friend, the one who brought you in, flinches when you mention the outside world. Small things, tiny fractures in the